Now while you're watching this video, please remember to like, share this video, subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon for notifications of future videos. Thank you. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Yes, so today, as you can see, the title suggests, can Christian married couples do foreplay before sex? Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Kismar, why are you doing a video like this? This seems like rather a stupid question to ask to begin with, right? I mean, of course the answer should be yes, right? Why waste time to do a video like this? Perhaps that's what you're actually asking, right? No, I must apologize if for any reason you maybe think that this is a waste or something, but you see, guys, I had done a couple videos, right, where I talk about sex in marriage, and as you know, the vision or mandate of all things religious is to combat legalism in all its form. Go and check out the video titled The Purpose of All Things Religious. You should find that in a playlist section, in one of the playlist section titled, give me a minute, you should find that in one of the playlist section titled The Purpose of All Things Religious, and the very first video in it basically tell you what all things religious is about, right? So please pardon me if you in any way feel annoyed by this video, right? No, I did some videos about sex in marriage. So far there is 12 of them, right? The last video I spoke about Christian engaging in phone sex, that is married Christian. We're not talking about Christian couple who are courting and not yet married. We're talking about married Christian. That video was actually triggered by an article in the Jamaican Star, right? A section that is titled Tell Me Pastor in the Jamaican Star, a newspaper, a Jamaican newspaper titled The Star, in a section titled Dear Pastor or Tell Me Pastor. Now, in June 21, 2021, which would have been Monday, there happens to be another one that took my interest, where a lady, it seems, basically is asking the pastor a question. The title of it, Husband Doesn't Believe in Foreplay. Now I'm going to read the article for you. I'll have it posted in the comment section as well for you to check it out. I'll read it and then I'll give my take on it. It reads thus: Dear Pastor, I am 23 and my husband is 33. We both attend church. My husband does not act his age. He behaves as if he is an old man. Before I met him and started to attend the same church, I was accustomed to romantic love from my previous boyfriend. He knew how to get me in the mood. He used to play with different parts of my body and he was irresistible. When we broke up, I met this man and we got married. I can't complain about his treatment. He supports me and he pays almost all the bills. He likes me when I am fat, so he does a lot of cooking and he buys fast food a lot. But I am having a problem with him. He does not believe in proper love making. He does not believe in foreplay. Whenever he wants sex, he wants me to roll over and he comes on top of me. There is no playing around at all, and whenever he ejaculates, he falls asleep and he has me wanting more of him. Whenever I complain, he thinks I am being too hard on him. He says we are Christians. We must learn not to overdo anything. What do you have to say about my husband? Now, the reason why I'm laughing is because the very first video that I did, which was refuting Ellen White's claim on sex, that is the prophetess of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I said something about overdoing it, where I said Ellen White is right on that part. And immediately a former Adventist took me on that issue and said, hey, that sounds very off because it seems legalistic. The irony, I'm actually seeing a Christian that actually was thinking in the same way I was. But I myself is growing as well, you know. so I can actually make mistakes. However, when I do make mistakes, I try to correct it, right? And I'm not afraid or too prideful to make a video and basically correct whatever mistake I have made, right? So here in the last line, the argument of her husband is to say that we are Christians, we ought not to overdo anything. So she's asking the pastor now what he thinks about this. Here's what the pastor has to say. Dear JP, judging by what you have said, nothing is wrong with your husband. He needs to learn that lovemaking is an art, and he has not yet learned it. Lovemaking is not just having sex. He should read good books written by Christian authors and learn how to satisfy you. There are very good books on the market. I often recommend the book Intended for Pleasure, and there is another book titled The Art of Lovemaking. So he recommends two books, Intended for Pleasure and The Art of Lovemaking. I assume that they are written by Christian authors, right? Now, he went on to say you can purchase this book at Source of Light bookstore, and you and your husband can take time to read every chapter and to put into practice what you have learned. Foreplay is very important. You hear what the pastor said? Foreplay is very important, but don't be too hard on your husband, because many other Christians are like him. This is the part that I want you to get, you know. Many other Christians are like him. They think that it is sinful to do certain things in the bedroom. He would change if he is willing to read, but you can help him, right? I repeat, don't be too hard on him. I wish both of you well. My experience and what I have learned about Christians, I have verified that what the pastor is saying here is very much true. And persons might be saying, you know, why are you spending so much time talking about sex? It is because there are a lot of legalistic ideas where sex is concerned, and the mandate of all things religious is to combat legalism in all its forms. And trust me guys, I have several other things that I want to talk about where legalism is concerned. Sports, watching certain movies, going to the theaters, you know the works. I'm just taking it one day at a time. I have been through legalism myself, and I know the damaging effects of it. This is why, with such passion and zeal, I combat issues like these, because I know the dangers of it. Right, and here you're seeing it again for yourself. Just imagine, Christian woman, I'm speaking to you. Just imagine you have been waiting 5, 10, 15 years to actually get married. Right? You've been a Christian for so long. Before you got converted, you were sexually active before, and you've been waiting for so long. You've been through the act of sex. You know what it's like. You have your expectations and so forth. You waited it out and kept yourself together, battling the flesh for 5, 10 years. Only when you get married, what you're greeted with is basically lame sex, or as Jamaicans would say, pop down sex. Sex that is basically nothing then, so to speak. No fun whatsoever, right? How would you feel if you're in a situation like that? I'm sure you would feel very frustrated, saying to yourself, I've been waiting for so long for this, and this is it? Come on guys, come on. I've said it before, you know, in one of my videos, that sex is not a trip in the park. I'm a Christian, yes, but I was sexually active before I became a Christian. So I know for myself that it's not a trip down the park. I said it before in one of my videos that if you're as a man, I think it's my video titled Why Christian Men Should Satisfy their woman, right? I think it's that video. I did say that to please a woman, it takes skill. It takes much more skill than it takes a woman to actually please a man sexually, right? And if you're going to think about just inserting and that's it, trust me, young man, you're going to fail every single time. You're going to fail. What's going to happen? You're going to always ejaculate, and for she'll never reach an orgasm. Never. It just ain't going to work out, and she'll be left unsatisfied. Right, guys? She's going to be left unsatisfied. So if you want to please your woman sexually, you have to put in the work. Do what is required to get her in the mood, stay in the mood, and to get her to climax. That's the pinnacle of sex, you know. If you as a man, you've been through that, and you've had a man, if you've had sex before, that the part where you ejaculate, that's actually the nice part, then, so to speak. Right? Wouldn't you want your woman to feel the same way how she makes you feel all the time? Wouldn't you want her to feel the same way? I would think it's rather selfish. How would you feel going to your bed every single night knowing that your wife is unsatisfied? You know, you and her have sex and you're always satisfied and she's always unsatisfied. Come on. That's not right in the sight of God. That's selfish. Right? You need to put in the work and to please your woman, and stop buying into the garbage about you can't do this and you can't do that as a Christian. You heard the pastor said, you know, that many Christians are like this. They think that it's not right to do certain things in the bedroom. So she's urging him not to be hard on him, because unfortunately, this is the reality for many Christians, where they think that, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right. No, I've said it over and over again, that all things are right in the marital bed so long as it's just between you and your spouse, no third party involved. As long as the both of you agree to it and are comfortable with it, it is right. My only caution, as I've stated before, is that try not to do anything that will cause immediate harm to your health, or long-term harm, should say, to your health. Try to do what you do and enjoy it as much as possible in as safe a manner as possible. Do your research and so forth. Find out if this can harm your health and so forth. And even if you're interested in it, right, and it can harm your health, if there's a way that you can do it and make it less harmful to your health, or to reduce the health part to it, make it safer, then go ahead, do it, and have fun. You deserve it. Remember, you know, I'm going to challenge you to think now, as a Christian. You don't have the luxury like unbelievers to go to this person and that person. You don't have the luxury to have multiple partners. You don't have the luxury to go and cheat if it is that you're unsatisfied sexually. All you have is just your one dege, as Jamaicans would say, your one dege partner. And you let's say the relationship probably is going to run for 20 years, 30 years, none of you die. You can imagine being with someone for 30 long years and having 30 long years of lame sex? With no, then, how should I put it? 30 years of lame sex with no permission to go and seek it elsewhere. That's like bondage, you know. That is like bondage, guys. I can't fathom being with one person for 30 years and not having sexual fulfillment for 30 years. You only have one partner. You can't do swapping like what sinners would do. You can't do have orgies and so forth. You can't go to different partners and so forth. You just have one single person. Why not try to make the best of that one person where sex is concerned? I'm challenging you to think critically about this. Right? Use your common sense and think about this critically, guys. Why not have the best of what you can have with just the one person? Unbelievers are having fun, you know. Best believe that they are sexually fulfilled. They are having multiple partners and they're doing just about everything for sexual gratification. And you just have one. They're using God's gift of sex, you know, and they're using it unlawfully. And best believe that many of them are having better sex than Christians who are using the gift lawfully. How can that be? That unbelievers are having a better sex life than believers? That doesn't make sense. Why, if you ask me, Christians should be having better sex than unbelievers, because you're using God's gift, right? You have waited unlike them and you're only sticking to one partner, so your reward should be a much more satisfying sex life than them. Am I making sense here? I'm sure that I'm making much sense. I may make mistakes every now and again, you know, and say things that might not make sense. You understand? But for the most part, if you have been following me, you can say to yourself that one thing is sure, that most of the times what he's saying actually makes sense if you think about it critically. Right, guys? So in ending this video, remember my video where I talk about sexual compatibility. The truth is that there are many Christians are still going to stick to their legalistic views, irrespective of what the scripture teaches, which I would have shown, right, in a video already, which you can find in the playlist section. I'll put the title of the video on the screen, wherein I made it plain, right, that all things are right in the bedroom, irrespective of what I showed. So a Christian will watch it and they'll still stick to what they want to stick to. So if you're smart, right, you'll try to inquire with whoever you're courting with to see if you and them are sexually compatible. Ask them questions. What do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Where sex is concerned, you have to find out these things as soon as possible, because you don't want to be waiting so long to get married, and when you get married you find yourself with a lame, boring partner that cannot fulfill your sexual needs, right? Where you have to force them to do certain things to your body for sexual fulfillment. No, you don't want that, right, guys? So as I end this video, I do hope that you enjoy it. If you did, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Bye bye now.